reading to investigate what was taking place earlier with this cop that was sitting on the side of the road, which I already know the reason why. It's the same thing that's being practiced over and over and over and over and over. That's not in alignment with rules, regulations, and state law enforcement. So let's go ahead and do a reading. What was this cop's intentions that was sitting on the side of this highway earlier? And before I got close by the cop, before I passed him up, their headlights was off. And as I was getting close to passing them up, they turned their headlights on. They was just sitting there. You couldn't see that on the dash cam because it didn't pick it up. But that's what happened. They were just sitting there waiting on me to pass them because that's my normal route that I take. Bunch of bullshit, bro. What was this cop doing? And it was a female cop, by the way, blonde hair. What was this cop doing sitting on the side of the highway like that? I already know why it was there. I just want to confirm with my tarot cards. See what comes out these cards here. The sun, Leo energy. Okay, so this is something to do with a Leo fire sign. That's an official, but it's not her though. The tower. Trying to cause some type of disruption or chaos. This right here would be the Page of Cups energy. The Magician. Okay, so they're trying to manifest something in regards to messages. This is all about the Page of Cups energy, and this right here is a realization or some type of chaotic energy. They're trying to manifest some type of chaotic energy is what it looks like. This in regards to a manifestation, somebody trying to manifest something. A Queen of Wands fire sign is trying to manifest something to take place. The tower could normally represent transformation, but this is a chaotic energy. Hold on, y'all. I gotta get mustard off my finger. That's whenever I was going to the restaurant earlier to go get me something to eat. But yeah, they're definitely trying to manifest some type of chaos through messages. Five of Pentacles energy. Ten of Fire. That right there is all about wands, burdens. Looking at the devil. Capricorn energy. So this is originally being done from this fire sign female. I'm not really getting this this female that was sitting in that unit is this Queen of Wands energy, because it's not. There's something controlling this individual in order for her to do certain shit to me. I can feel that energetically. Six of Wands reverse. She may not want to engage in that, but she feels controlled and forced to do so. Six of Wands reverse, that would be a smear campaign, trolling, mobbing. So they definitely wasn't doing something legit sitting in that vehicle like that. The Six of Air. That's all about the Six of Swords energy. The Ace of Pentacles reverse. The Eight of Pentacles reverse. Okay, so this is something that this Queen of Wands is relentlessly trying to do, involving something that's repetitive, involving messages, and trying to create a very toxic, chaotic environment in regards to a lot of unethical activity with the Devil card. The Devil card represents two individuals that are chained together with a chain around them, and that's explicit imagery on that card. So just like I said, there's something right here that's unethical. This is something that's being done that's repetitive, that's not the right job. Eight of Pentacles is all about a man that's being depicted as sitting down, but that card is in reverse. That means something is being done that's repetitive. It's not the right job. So what this individual was sitting on the side of the highway doing wasn't the right job. Then you have Message of Fire. That would be the Page of Wands reverse energy. So yeah, this is definitely something being done in regards to a female fire sign official in regards on the messages to try to create some type of significant change of a lot of chaos on a toxicity type of level with the devil card. Yeah, okay, so this is involving conversations. Eight of Wands is all about the wands like that. That means communication. So there was definitely communications being had between this individual that was sitting on the side of the highway, that's the cop, connected to this individual right here and other people that may be connected to a smear campaign with the Six of Wands reverse. That would be representing trolling, mobbing, community mobbing. But the community wasn't doing that earlier. It's just this is what is being done within a public setting, involving that could represent mobbing in a public setting. And what was taking place through these messages right here is to have me done dirty and to wreck my reputation with the Six of Wands reverse. Due to messages being sent, this is not the right job, bro. Ten of Cups and the Seven of Fire. That would be the Seven of Wands energy. This is to try to obstruct and to try to get in the way of something. And it has everything to do with this fire sign female that's connected to these messages. Like I said, it's the same repetitive thing that keeps being done. On the bottom is the sun, Leo energy. That would be pertaining to a Leo female. That's an authority figure locally where I'm at. All these individuals are doing or trying to spark off some type of chaotic energy, but there's some of these individuals that do not want to participate and they keep on doing this shit to me. They don't like that. I didn't really get the vibes earlier that this individual was too enthused by having to do that repetitively to me, involving the Six of Wands reverse. I could feel that energetically. I didn't get a gut dropping feeling when I passed, but I knew something was off because I did feel kind of an unease. But I didn't feel that heavy dropping feeling. But on an intuitive level, I feel that the majority of these individuals do not want to no longer go through with doing this type of nonsense to me anymore with the Six of Wands reverse. Some of them do indeed want to leave me alone. But it's like there's this forceful controlling energy that's repetitively trying to control them in order for them to engage in these type of practices. And it's not right. This ain't the right job. With the Eight of Pentacles reverse. This is also connected to trying to have me victimized of a scam. It's all about a man falling victim to a scam. And this is through a lot of messages. And with the message of water, and then you have the message of fire, that would be the Page of Wands reverse. And that would be the Page of Cups. Trying to manipulate something through messages. What is this that they're manipulating? Whatever it is toxic with the Devil card. What is this that's being manipulated? The Nine of Air. That would be the Nine of Swords. So it's definitely negative. What they're manipulating is very negative. That's all about the Nine of Swords energy. Very negative. Then you have the color to back that up too. That right there represents negative. Imagine a battery, how it has positive and negative. This is negative. How is it negative? Clarify that. The Ace of Fire reverse. Okay, so this is something explicit that's being manipulated through messages of conversations being had with the Nine of Air. And then you have the Ace of Wands reverse. There's another authority figure somewhere else that's in this Ace of Fire energy in reverse. What I'm getting. There could be a fire sign masculine authority figure that's in this energy in reverse. That's trying to do something that may indeed be connected to these messages. With the Eight of Wands, the Eight of Fire. Is that what this is? Clarify that. The Two of Cups. Okay, so yes, that is it. This is in regards to the two people having conversations, but trying to manipulate it. to try to manipulate some type of conversations with a connection with the Two of Cups energy. This could be a fire sign having a conversation with a water sign. That could be a feminine. Don't have to be a feminine. Or it could be an air sign. These messages are being manipulated though. Clarify that. What is the conversation about? Okay, King of Pentacles here. So the conversation is in regards to a earth sign masculine. Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn. That's what the conversation is about. This could be pertaining to a Capricorn masculine with the Devil card. Clarify that. Why is it about this King of Pentacles? The Five of Wands reverse, five of Fire reverse. So this means they want to end some type of conflicting energies that are originally being sparked off by somebody else. So this could have been the main one that was behind all this Five of Wands energy. And they're trying to quickly resolve this situation with ending this conflict connected to this King of Pentacles energy. Clarify that. Why is a Five of Wands reverse? The Two of Fire. So that's the Two of Wands. It's all about a decision making, planning, decision. This is all about that stalemate energy too. It sounds like to me they're trying to come up with a quick resolution to end out all this conflict by originally finding the right individuals that was connected to this to remove them out the energy. That way the Five of Wands reverse don't have to continue like this. But they have to do this in a manipulative, subtle type of way, or subtle, however you say that word. They have to do this in an underhanded, discreet, manipulating type of way because of something already being manipulated and toxic and controlling as it is. The Two of Air, that's the Two of Swords. This is bringing nothing but a bunch of confusion, having trouble on making a right decision. Some of these individuals that has been doing this are feeling trapped. This could be really affecting them on a psychological level because the Nine of Swords does represent the psyche. A lot of negativity involving the psyche to affect individuals on a psychological level. There is a bit of brainwashing here too. I mean, you got these individuals sitting there associating with conversations and doing things in a very toxic, disrupting type of manner, chaotic manner with the Tower and the Devil card being there. That, yeah, this is not good. But there's someone that's behind that. The main reason why this is taking place, it's not originally the person that was sitting on the side of the highway that's the cop. It's someone else that is trying to control that to happen. Who is controlling this lady? Who is controlling her? Who is controlling her? Aquarius energy? I'm not really getting this Aquarius. She could be an air sign. Don't have to be. Who is controlling her? Who is trying to control this feminine cop to do that? The Ace of Pentacles reverse could be an earth sign. Five of Wands reverse. Fire sign there. I'm not really getting it's a fire sign. Seven of Pentacles. Heavy on the earth sign energy. Message of air reverse. That would be the page of swords reverse. That's connected to slander. The five of air. It's all about the five of swords energy. The nine of fire. That's all about wands. That's all about guarded energy. The king of swords. The two of pentacles. The moon. Oh, okay. So this right here is all about. This is a lot of dark spiritual practices that has been taking place. This has a lot to do with manipulate things on the spiritual level with the five of swords and the moon card. That's connected to this new moon rituals that was being done. And this is causing them to try to play both sides of a situation with the two of pentacles energy. This is connected to whoever is behind initiating or conducting these dark spiritual practices that is mixed in with this activity with the moon and the five of swords energy. Okay, so this is connected to sacrifice energy. The moon and the patient man, that's all about the hangman and the tarot. Both of these side by side is connected to sacrificial energy. So whoever is behind this is who this individual is that is forcing this individual to partake in this type of activity, to be involved in that. The one that's the main leader at doing this. Ten of swords, this is connected to a curse too. Ten of air reverse, that's all about reversing. The ten of swords is giving me the vibes of retaliation because they're unable to get something to stick like this. That's all about the ten of swords pinning something down. It's in reverse. The world. Message of water again. The two of air. The eight of air reverse. That would be the eight of swords, two of swords reverse. And the message of fire reverse again. This person is someone that desperately does not want to be exposed for who they really are. That's behind that. It's a masculine. It's a masculine that's a malevolent narcissist that knows how to shapeshift into other energies, but it's definitely a masculine. And this is one of the main ones that are trying to control the situation in regards into sacrifices. And it has a lot to do with dark spiritual practices taking place. And a lot of it has to do with manipulating someone on a spiritual level, a very dark soul level. This individual is known to spiritually and energetically siphon and steal people's life force energy. This is who this is that's behind that. And they're hidden with the moon. Told you it wasn't this female originally. They just like to pull people in that they know that they can manipulate to get them involved in this activity. Because whoever this individual is a very strong influence upon these individuals. And it's hard for them to resist this, to take part in that. This individual knows exactly how to manipulate these individuals into doing things they really feel they have a lack of control over. Like I said, this right here is being done with some dark spiritual practices. Forbidden rituals that are being done with the moon. That can take over somebody's mind, bro. It's basically this individual working through these individuals, but yet appears as if it's just them that's doing that by themselves, but it's not. Something is controlling these individuals to do that. And one of the ways are forbidden rituals, and there's a lot of necromancy that's coming through also with the patient man and the moon. Is there some necromancy involved with this? Five of water? Yes, it is. That's an upsetting energy. That's the five of cups energy. Yes, it is. Because this is manipulating these individuals emotionally. This can manipulate individuals on an emotional level to bring a lot of negativity out of them, to cause negative outbursts, negative emotional outbursts. This could definitely bring about a lot of negativity with the Five of Cups energy. That's all about that card on the regular tarot cards. That's the man that's been depicted standing by the water, and they got the bridge in the background, and he's sitting there kind of sad. You can't see their face, but he's sitting there crying. And they got two cups behind him and three cups spilled over in front of him. That's what this card is. So yeah, this could definitely bring about a lot of negative feelings to manifest and to cause negative emotional outbursts. Once again, that's connected to necromancy rituals. But once again, this individual knows how to get into these individuals' heads and all to manipulate them to take part in that. That way, it can look like them while they sit there and continuously conceal their identity and conceal who they really are. We're trying to expose the wrong individuals because these individuals are not the root of the problem. It's the mastermind that's beyond that, that's doing that to them. And they may not know how to stop it. Like I said, I'm not really seeing or feeling it to it that it's all their fault. Somebody's controlling these individuals. I also noticed whenever I was at the fair standing on top of they had like this gazebo thing. And they had a lady that was standing there that was kind of looking at me kind of nervous. It was a lady officer that was sitting there. That's the one that I seen earlier on the side of the road. I recognized the face. It was raining and I was trying to get out the rain. And I went up there. But no, these individuals are clearly being controlled by someone that's hidden. They're not going to be sitting out there doing all that. This person that's hidden with this moon card, they're not going to be out there. Like I said, it's not really all the way the lady's fault. Even though they may be taking part in doing that when it comes to the messages or whatever this is, but it's somebody else that's behind that. It's a man that's behind that. Clarify that. The two of water, the four of water reverse. That would be the four cups reverse. Why is this masculine hiding? Clarify that. Judgment, because they're on a judgment. They're on a judgment. They're hiding because they don't want to be held accountable, but from the looks of it, they're going to be held accountable with the judgment card. They're scared of being held accountable. They want everybody else. Oh, that's another thing. They want everybody else to be held accountable while they continuously sitting there and to keep on continuing with this problem. So even if these officers did quit and leave, the problem will still continue. They don't want to be held accountable. They want everybody else to be held accountable and placed under judgment for it. But little does this individual know, they the ones that are originally under judgment because of something coming back to that may be irritating these individuals that they no longer want to do that, bro. Clarify that. The ace of air, that's the truth. They don't want the truth to come out. I'm also getting this energy, this twisted energy to where this individual knows them damn selves, this mastermind that's behind the scenes doing that, controlling these cops, that's also an official themselves. As twisted as it sounds, they want this to finally come out to the light because they don't know how to resist taking part in that or doing all of this. They don't know how to come right out and say that, hey, this is what they're doing. So in reality, they do want the truth to come out with the Ace of Swords and the Judgment card. Even if it's not originally them that's being held accountable, they still want this truth to come out. Because they can't address this issue alone. They want this to be brought attention to it. Does this masculine official have trouble with addressing this issue? Clarify that. The psychic. Yes, he does, and he's keeping it to himself. This the high priestess energy. He does have a hard time, and this right here being the high priestess energy, that would be me as a psychic, even though it says feminine, but I put on the Hierophant card, when it comes to the Hierophant energy, that would be the masculine psychic. But this right here would be the high priestess known as a reader, divination. This is why. This could be one of the main ones in charge of keeping a lot of secrecy. And with that psychic card coming out like that, that would be the high priestess, known as a divination medium. I know about this. It's like they want to keep the secrets. They want to keep the secrets, but yet it keeps on being exposed. How are they able to keep something secretive when it's right there in the opening? The Ace of Fire. That's the Ace of Wands energy upright. This individual is just mainly afraid of having a new phase and starting something new and having a new beginning. Because this is something that they have been fixated on for a long time, years. They have been practicing that. And this is not something that this individual is used to transforming or changing. The Eight of Cups. So trying to do things in different other ways in order for the truth to eventually be exposed. So new beginnings can happen. Because they can't come right out and say what they're doing, what they're involved in. They may kind of be embarrassed too. Like this is scary to them. Clarify that. The Four of Fire, the Four of Wands. Because this is basically where their stability is. Like this is what they're comfortable at. This is their comfort zone. What they like doing. And being in a high vibrational energy and having a change, advanced ascension on a spiritual level is highly uncomfortable to this energy. Because this is something that they may perceive to be positive, but that right there is different when it comes to the actual realistic positivity. This is not positive to engage in these type of practices, to have somebody smear campaign, to have them scapegoated or to have them attacked in any kind of manner. Just because they may be a spiritual person, a clairvoyant, a medium. They don't deserve to be going through those activities. And committing this type of behavior and practice while on duty, to have someone threatening their freedom or to try to intimidate them in any kind of way, it's not positivity. These individuals apparently are not used to a high vibrational atmosphere because of what they believe in. And this has been years of these practices taking place covertly with the psychic card there. I'm also getting my strong presence may have a very strange way at drawing this out of these individuals and bringing this to the surface because of me being this person, that clairvoyant. By these individuals screwing around with that scorpionic energy, let me tell y'all something. Scorpio is ruled by Mars. And they're also, when it comes to astrology, they're known as the gods of the underworld. Not meaning that we are the gods of it, but that right there under astrology, it's the gods and the goddesses on the underworld. That's underworld activity. And by these individuals stirring up and trying to mess around in our energy, Scorpio has this very strange mirroring mechanism that tends to draw these type of negative traits out of people. Especially me being a Scorpio sun and Scorpio rising, along with plenty of other placements in Scorpio, which is going to give me that heavy scorpionic presence. And Scorpio is known for underworld. It's a very dark sign. Not meaning that we're a bad person, but it's the darkest sign of the zodiac wheel due to its mysterious nature. It has a lot of unknown, a lot of mystery, a lot of things that people tend to, it's like they feel the presence of that, but yet they don't know what's really beyond that. But it's not bad though, even though it may be an underworld sign. We're not in that energy. That's the main reason what we have to make it out of in this lifetime is making it out of these situations. Because it tends to bring this up to the surface. And I don't know how to explain that, but they have other people on YouTube that have broken it down into details and told other people why that may happen with Scorpio rising and Scorpio sun. And me being a Scorpio rising and a Scorpio sun, especially with Scorpio rising, I tend to attract a lot of negativity out of nowhere. It's for nothing, for no reason. Like, you just get these weird motherfuckers that be sitting there looking at you all strange. You attract a lot of hatred, jealousy. It's like, yeah, you may have the strong magnetic aura to you, but you pulling the wrong shit, bro. I'm going to tell you what that's from. Since the Scorpio rising, that's going to be the majority of the underworld energies that we really have no control over. And this tends to bring a lot of individuals' negative traits out to the surface, and it manifests in a 3D reality. But anyways, this is something that they have been used to for a long time, what it looks like. And it involves a lot of secrecy with the psychic energy. It's all about secrets. The high priest is all about secrets. Are these individuals in a strange way trying to get this to be brought to the light so they could eventually move on? Yeah, Ten of Wands reverse. They want that burden to be released because they don't know they don't know how to do it themselves with coming straight out and confessing to that or admitting to it. And it's like they're trying to use certain things to catch my attention on that psychic level in order for me to channel things to bring awareness to it, to bring attention to it. But still though, that's still living in their comfort zone. Some of them do want to come out of this energy with releasing these burdens because this is not really comfortable up on them. Clarify that. Okay, so there is a low-key admission of they do need to change, but they don't know how. And it's highly uncomfortable and irritating them. So therefore, they feel like they have to do certain things of this retaliation energy that tends to manifest because of them being highly uncomfortable and driven out of their comfort zone because of this being that intense, if that makes any sense. By any chance, Holy Spirit, is this why these individuals, like, is there a side to them that feels good about this being exposed because of me being able to channel that? The six of air, yes. This gives them a peace of mind and gives them a better understanding about what is taking place. Because they may not be able to truly understand on a level of spiritual depth. The six of air, that's all about the six of swords, all about moving on. They do have a sense of relief and a peace of mind whenever I'm able to channel that. And I'm able to neutralize the effects. It's like whenever it's being done and I speak out about it, it's like, okay, well, they can't be doing that. That's not okay. So yet the activity stops, but yet it amps back up. I'm going to tell you why that happens, because someone has an addiction and this is something that they're used to, and they're not really ready to step out their comfort zone in order to change and close that chapter of their life. That's what it is. I'm kind of getting the vibes of this individual may be afraid of the unknown, but they don't need to be afraid of that. There's nothing to be afraid of when it comes to the unknown. Even though things may be unknown and unfamiliar, that's going to better to open new doors to where things that may have been weighing you down for a long time can surface, and you can fully go through that transformation and reach that resolution to resolve a lot of issues that can surface. That way healing can take place. So some of these individuals may want a better understanding of why they're comfortable at doing that, or why this keeps on continuing what I'm getting. And it's obvious that I have enough power with my intuitive side to give them clarity on that. And to those that may question, why they just don't stop the activity. This is something that they're used to. This is a cycle that they're not used to closing, because they have a comfort zone. This is something that they've been used to for a long time, especially this masculine. This masculine has been used to that for a long time. And this individual may be very stubborn and set in their ways and not ready to close that chapter out. That's what I'm getting on an intuitive level. This is not something to sit there and fight the energy with a lot of hostility or sit there and retaliate. You have to be in a calm, balanced state of mind in order to have a logical, rational viewpoint of what's really taking place and to be able to analyze it on an intuitive level. That way you can receive the information. Because if I was to be mad right now or be irritated, I wouldn't be able to channel that accurately. Because there'd be all kind of energies mixed up together. Energies that don't mix well with each other at all. But that's the main reason what I'm getting out of this energy. Like, these individuals are just, this change is really not comfortable to them. This comfort zone is really deep rooted within them on a psychological level. And it goes beyond the subconscious and the psychological level. It goes beyond that. This is something, okay, you know how spiritual people, they have the pineal gland that is stimulated, right? Pineal gland is all about that gland that releases the DMT, is dimethyltryptamine. It releases that in order for the third eye to function. Once that gland is stimulated, the third eye opens. This basically is the same exact stimulation, mental and psychological stimulation, to this person that is very fixated in their ways, because doing this type of stuff stimulates them on a psychological level. Some kind of way it stimulates the neurons of the brain and has them feeling this sense of power when it comes to that. Yes, by them being able to manifest and manipulate and bend energy shields and energy bodies, that makes them feel powerful. And this is one of the ways for this to take place. And they may not be comfortable with that, or they may be afraid of admitting that to themselves. But the thing of it is, that energy can be used in a very positive, powerful kind of way, in a positive aspect of it. But the thing of it is, it's about transitioning over and stepping over into that balanced light side, because you're gonna have the light, you're gonna have the dark. That's all about that. I'm getting something very significant about the checker pattern. That's all about the yin and the yang. It's all about, you have the positivity on this side, you have the darkness on this side, and the scales are imbalanced and tipped a certain way, and it's unable to be driven of that correct level of balance. Therefore, it's throwing the energy off when it comes to the way that they may perceive me. And therefore, the way I perceive these activities being done towards me, there's a challenge and there's continuous conflicting energies between both of us when it comes to that. And therefore, if this continues, then there's not ever going to be a resolution to resolve these issues, more so on a spiritual, energetic, soul level. It's something that's deeply rooted within the roots of this generation that this masculine has, that's connected to his genetics. That's what I'm getting intuitively. But as soon as that side could be balanced out and they could find some form of balance there, then the energy will go back to the way it used to be a long time ago. There just has to be the proper energy and balancing and going through that specific transformation in order for that to take place. Or otherwise, this is going to consume these individuals and cause them to be in this, it's like an OCD mechanism energy, to where they're very fixated to have to do that. They feel like they have to participate in that. Because once again, that right there, it comes across as temptation. That's connected directly to temptation. Therefore, it's going to be just like I said earlier. That's where the stimulation, psychological stimulation, comes from. And it's also on what they believe in, what this masculine believes in. When it comes to, I don't know if they worship a certain deity, an entity, or a certain dark force. This has them believe that this is going to bring them ultimate power psychologically, energetically, and on a spiritual level. But anyways, that's mainly what I have for the reading. Like I said, this is not going to be my best channeling session when it comes to me reading my, I call them tarot cards, but it's being read with the bicycle deck. But I'm surprised I was able to channel that off of bicycle cards, bro. I don't have any tarot cards in front of me. I'm also getting, maybe this could be kind of shocking to a lot of people as I say that. Damn, how is this guy able to read that? Like, he don't even have the imagery of the tower in front of him. It's a natural gift, y'all. It's a natural gift. I could take basically, let's say, another deck of cards. It don't have to be a bicycle deck of cards. You could get any deck of cards, or hell, you could sit there and make your own cards, and sit there and put whatever you want on them. And I'll still be able to sit there and channel that energy. This this could be more mind blowing to these individuals of how I'm able to pick up that and channel that through bicycle cards. It's just a gift, y'all. I'm not gonna sit there and brag about it, but it's just something that I have. I've been having that side for a long time. But like I said before, these individuals ever want to talk about the situation on a spiritual level, no matter how uncomfortable it may be, to address the issue to me, I better to have that understanding on that spiritual level at what may be the conflicting energy. But they may be uncomfortable, like they may not be ready to address that though. But at the same time, I know what's going on a psychic level. I'm able to channel that with my abilities. But anyways, y'all, look, y'all have a good day out there. Thank y'all very much for joining the live stream. This wasn't a general reading. This was just more so a personal reading to see why the activity was going on earlier. It was just one of the officers that was sitting on the side of the road, and I kind of got like an uneasy feeling, but it wasn't a gut dropping feeling. It wasn't a feeling as what I would normally feel when I would see that. But still though, I still felt like that unease. But anyways, y'all, this is what I have for the personal reading for myself. Like I said, I'm surprised I could channel that, bring that through these cards right here, because this ain't a regular tarot deck. Like I said, bro, like people are skeptical when it comes to that side, but that's like there's an energy in here right now that I'm picking up energetically that could be kind of scared. It's like it's more scary than like before. It's like, damn, this guy ain't got no tower cards in front of him. Even though I have writing on these bicycle cards, but still though. There's one of them in here that believes me. But anyways, that's what I have for my personal reading. Y'all have a great day out there. If y'all want to leave any donations, I will have a link in the description box below. Peace.